My name's Cara Atkinson. I'm from the Club Hope Foundation. Club Hope was a little idea after I was 22, a first-year teacher, and I went to the gynecologist and they found a cyst in my thyroid. Those are very common in people, so they said, a lot of people, family and friends said, don't worry about it. Long story short, on that end of it, I had needle biopsies done and things like that and was told everything was fine. And then I was told, if you'd like this out for cosmetic reasons, here's a card for a second opinion. And cosmetic never was even a thought. It was just, why does this thing get drained, then come back? It just doesn't feel right. I thank God went to UPMC, got a second opinion, and thank God I did, because they removed that half of my thyroid that the cyst was in, and there was a little bit of cancer. And hearing cancer at the age 22 is beyond life-changing. Then it was like almost a survivor's guilt, you might say. How am I okay? I only had surgery, and that was it. And other people go through really extensive treatments, and they're not easy at all. So I was a teacher at Elwood City High School that year. I started a club and I wanted people to have hope. So Club Hope just seemed to be the right name for that. We started as a club in Elwood, sending little flowers, edible arrangements, anything to give people hope. Let them know someone's fighting with them, thinking of them, praying for them through their journey. So we have a lot of different things that go on throughout the year. We have a big Pink Out challenge in October for breast cancer awareness. We do a Purple Walk challenge that we just did in May, along with a purple drink challenge. Local bars make purple drinks and things like that. We do a ball, which is our largest fundraiser. It's called the Celebration of Hope Ball. We have dinner and dancing. It's a formal night, which is a really fun night. We had 640 some people there this year. So last year there was 350, now we're up to 600, and it just shows how Club Hope keeps growing. And then we always love to do stuff with the kids. That's what Club Hope is. That's why we kept the name Club Hope when we turned to a foundation, because having high school kids and younger kids involved and teaching them the lessons is so important. So another big fundraiser is our home run derby. We call it the Hope Run Derby, and we have that coming up in September. It's funny, we have flown people to Florida for treatments. We have flown people to Arizona. We have purchased large items, beds and wigs and all these different things. But something as simple as a card that says, thinking of you, keep fighting, you're not alone, like that's what means the most to people. Knowing someone who doesn't even know who they are thought about them. We have these little bears and they come with a blank t-shirt, and our office volunteers get paint pens and write never give up and hope. And to have somebody send us a picture of their bear on their walker, or their bear beside them in bed with them at the hospital, or letting us know that you think this might have been a really small thing, but it's a really big thing. We met a man who had just received chemo and he had to lay flat, and all he wanted us to do was sing Silent Night. And then after he sadly passed, his family just found us. They searched Elwood City High School and just wrote a note like, you gave us a final memory with our dad or husband, that stayed with us forever. Somebody who can't afford, they were gonna forego services if they didn't have us to help with their groceries so that they could have free up money for their co-pays. We can get gas cards, and so that's what we do. We supplement those things. We can't pay bills or anything, which we would love to do, but if we can help people who are struggling by filling in those gaps and helping them, a lot of people have nobody else to turn to. They've exhausted all the monetary help they can get, and so that's where hope comes in. That's what we're about. When Club Hope Foundation started 5 years ago, I had a 2- and 4-year-old sons, and I had an office that was like the size of maybe one person's bedroom. It was gifted to us so generously, but starting there and figuring out as a mom and a working mom, how am I going to help others without taking away from my sons? So that time was really hard for me. Also, I thought about making it my only job if I can get there someday, but the emotional part is super hard. The triumphs are huge celebrations, but those hard times of losing people, it's wondering if you can immerse yourself fully in that. So, you have to find yourself, test yourself. Obstacle-wise, I thought it was gonna be establishing a business when I didn't know, but again, I always say when people interview me, good breeds good. And so when someone hears the idea, they find a way to make it work. So I didn't have any huge major obstacles, but it was just learning and getting out of my comfort zone and talking to my husband and saying, are you willing to take this risk with me? Because our money's going into it and it could flop, but it didn't, thank God. We would love to keep growing. So any teachers or schools, churches, youth groups, anybody who wants to get involved, we just want to keep it going, keep it spreading so that that's more warriors we can help and that's more students that can be impacted by being a part of what we do. ClubHopeFoundation.com has all of our different stuff on it, and so does, like I said, Facebook's updated every day. So whether they're near or far, having their group do a collection, whether it's donations or items that can go in the bags, anybody near or far can get involved, yeah. We've helped thousands of people. We're now in 17 school districts. The sky's the limit if you put your heart and your mind to it, I think. I am Cara Atkinson, and I am a change maker.